Okay, hello guys. Hello, or fans. This does not have a ring to it yet. Hello, my sluggies from another podcast. Hello, my insanies from the Meanspiration days. I'm so excited. This is AnnieWood, episode number 2. It's my first episode with a real guest, not including Todd, our beautiful, handsome producer slash lover slash future husband, who sits here and hangs out and helps with everything. We are tired. We just got back from San Jose, where Todd came. He drove. We did a nice road trip. It was me and Jesse Juicy, Jetski Johnson, Josh Potter. We listened to crazy, I'm losing my voice because we were screaming 90s music on the way back. It was very fun. The shows were amazing. We did the improv. It was incredible to meet all of you guys. Meet and greets were fire. Shows were fire. Everything was incredible. I'm so excited for you to see this episode with Greg Fitzsimmons. He's obviously one of my favorites. He's one of the funniest comedians alive. He's one of my favorite people to hang out with at the Comedy Store. He's one of my favorite people to podcast with. He is married, okay, with children. And I did happen to wear a pretty inappropriate outfit. I did not realize until we were watching it back, but it's bad. Todd, do you have any thoughts on this outfit?
I was wondering why your sleeves were all rolled down and...
The sleeves weren't rolled down. The straps fell. As a producer slash boyfriend, I think maybe...
I thought that's what you wanted.
But I wanted to, what are we going to, swingers with Greg Fitzsimmons?
I don't know. I thought that's what you wanted to look like.
Anyway, it's a wardrobe malfunction. If I really wanted to hurt Todd, I would have made him go in and digitally place straps on my shoulders. Just let me know. I want to let you know I know that it looks insane. But I love Greg and it's a great episode anyway. And cuter outfits to come. Okay, guys, you can see me. I'm going to be next weekend. I'm going to be in Plano, Texas at the House of Comedy. So that's the 18th and the 19th of November. It's going to be awesome. You know, I love Texas. Hee haw. Then I'm going to be in on December 1st. I'm doing the Park Theater in Michigan. And then I'm going to Grand Rapids and I'm doing 4 shows at the Listening Room. So that's December 2nd and 3rd in Michigan, Grand Rapids. I'm then doing the New Year's. We're going to have so much fun in Vegas at Wise Guys. So that's going to be the 30th and the 31st. It's going to be insane. You know I love Vegas. You know I love comedy. You know I love gambling. It's a wild ride and it'll be a miracle if I still have a voice by the end of that. You can then see me. I'm going to be in Burbank in January doing another one-nighter. I'm going to be in Wisconsin in January. In February, I'm going to be in Florida. I'm going to be in DC. You can catch me in, I'm going to Tampa again in March, and I'm going to be in Canada in April. There's a lot more shows getting added. It's so exciting. Go to AnnieLederman.com/shows. And I just want you to know that it means the world. It's so fun. The whole podcasting is such a sort of like a partnership with the stand-up. It all goes together. So come get the full experience. Anyway, it's really fun. You want to come. It's like, it's just, I would just love to meet you. It's been really like epic and fun. And Todd's there helping sell merch and you get to meet him. And it's just so fun. And I'm writing a bunch of new jokes for you. And it's just really, I'm just happy. So come hang.
Welcome to AnnieWood.
Hello, welcome to AnnieWood. This is our first comedian guest in the studio. My favorite, Greg Fitzsimmons. What if I called you the wrong? That would be Greg Fitzgerald.
Well, I have called you Annie Lederman on stage before, as have
scumbag.
Literally 49% of the comedians that do your
intro. You've also called me a slut, which 49 of the comics have also called me.
Well, you give off that vibe.
I kind of wanted to dress a little slutty for you today, in case your wife was watching.
I appreciate that.
I want to make it extra weird. No, I think that you're like the best. I would say you're the best husband in comedy.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Don't you feel like you are?
You'll be happy to hear. I think Tom Papa does a pretty good job.
No way. Papa, no way.
Really?
No way. He's too, hey, honey, baby. Like, he's, you know, you don't give that off.
Yeah.
But you texted me and you said, should we dress up for Halloween?
Yes.
And I was 99% sure I was going to say yes, and then no one else was going to be dressed up but you.
Yeah. Oh, that's
the old
a fun
prank.
trick.
But I couldn't. It was too. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Even though I think you would have appreciated it.
What's the tackiest or poorest choice of Halloween costume you've ever had?
Oh, I mean, maybe the Hooters outfit I wore on.
Yeah, yesterday. That was amazing.
Isn't it unbelievable?
Yeah, that was really good.
It was living like a different life for me. It was like, what would it be like if I just had tits?
Well, how did it feel?
It felt heavy. I was like, oh, the back injury, the back soreness. It didn't feel worth it. They were in the way.
Yeah.
It felt like a disability.
Yeah. Did you make love? Did you guys make love while you were?
No, he was punching. He was very violent to them. We should put them on the back. You can fuck me from behind.
I was slapping them, spitting on them.
Yeah.
He really was. In front of my mom, too. We were on FaceTime with my mom. Just everyone was having a nice jab. I kept like bouncing. My mom was like, okay, relax.
Yeah.
But then she was telling me later, she kept telling all her friends about it. So she was like, in the moment, she was annoyed.
Yeah.
And then behind my back, she was proud of the tits. But we went to the pumpkin patch. I thought it was going to be like really funny.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought the pumpkin patch was going to be just like couples getting engaged and not just obviously children with their parents.
Right.
So it was like, oh, am I being like a little? It was like, this is inappropriate.
Have you thought about getting breast implants?
No. Have you thought about me getting them?
No, but there's some comedians that we've both hung out with that have gotten them.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because as a comedian, you kind of make fun of your assets or your lack of assets. Right. And it is funny to add them on. I did the Andy Dick show one time. He had a sketch show on MTV that was actually, I mean, in the history of sketch shows, it is up there. It was so, Andy Dick is so goddamn talented.
He's one of those people that's mentally ill funny. Like, it's like he was like born sick. Like he's got a sickness that is comedy.
He has no control over his comedy. It rules his life.
Yes.
A bit is he doesn't care about getting arrested if the bit in the moment is funny.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm like so proud of him for kind of, it's like sacrificing his own life for us, for our laughter.
Totally. He is like performance art. His life is performance art. So I was in this sketch with him on his MTV show where he was a male dancer and he gets a penis implant. And so the prosthetics come in and they gave him this dick and they really put it on his dick and it was fucking huge. And this is before U2 and all that. He was just walking around slapping his dick on PAs and dancing. And
I don't want to like try to Annie Dick my way into the story, but I had to wear a strap on for a Girl Code too. It was like at the Girl Code scene, and I did a bit about it and I posted it because I was like, the minute I put it on, I was slapping everyone in the face and they all were like, this was the most memorable shoot of my life. Like we can confirm this. We all got mushroom stamped. I was like, I just have so much like respect for men now that you're not just fucking slapping us around with these things all the time.
Yeah. I mean, we are bred to use it, and to not use it is it takes restraint. Was Girl Code on? How many seasons was that on?
Lord knows, I have no clue.
Because that kind of launched you, right? Or was it a mini launch?
No, it was a mini launch because I came on the second or third season. They wouldn't put me and Jessie May on at the same time. Jessie May Peluso, who is the third member of our Venice 3.
Yeah, the Venice 3.
We have a threesome that we hang out. It's non-sexual, even though we are both two sluts.
Yes.
It's two sluts.
If I wasn't such a good husband, I would be getting so much pussy in the Venice 3.
It looks like, I mean, it literally is like two sluts on his arm.
Yeah.
In different various restaurants around Venice.
And as I'm older than both of you, it probably looks like this guy must be a really good producer.
Yeah, and you look rich, but also you haven't paid yet. It's been us paying, I think, so far. So both times it's been like, you're just so hot that we're like, we're your younger sluts, but we also are paying for you.
Right, I'm a legend.
That good.
I'm a fucking legend. Yeah.
Anything to stay hanging out with you.
Yeah.
This is how I feel about fake tits. Like, once you get fake tits, they're for all of us.
Yes.
It's pancakes for the table, bitch.
Yeah.
We all get a bite. We can all touch them. We can do whatever we want.
Right.
Like, it's not like a private part anymore.
Yeah.
It's public. If a doctor has cut your nipple off and gone inside your tit, we're all allowed to touch it.
Is that how it's done?
Cut the nipple off.
No, they don't.
I swear on my life. I think the good ones. There's other ones. Todd,
can you slid it underneath and then
sometimes they do that. They do like a thing. Now, Todd, can you tell your boob job story?
Yeah, no, they do. I think it's the cheaper ones. They cut your nipples off because I did meet this girl from Tinder at this place, and she was like, I met her before, and then I saw her again at like the bar, and she was like, "Oh, hey, look, I got like a boob job," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I went home with her that night, and it was like a fresh boob job, and it was just so. And so the scar was like around the nipple and then down the boob.
And she
So it's
felt
around
like after a
and then
surgery like
down.
that, I'm going to bring a guy home that
I
night.
was
And
so excited that she got her tits done.
I did. I couldn't get it up, and then she started crying.
Oh!
And I was like,
And the salt from her tears were burning her tit
it was
wounds.
just weird. It was just like I didn't want to like touch them, you know, because
Yeah.
they're like still like
Right.
it looked like the stitches were just out or
Now,
something.
Todd, if I got a boob job, you would be into the stitches, right?
Yeah, but
Paramount
you'd get
or
because I did see. Usually, it's just like a slit underneath the boob, right? That's like the normal.
They do it in the
one.
under boob, I guess.
It's like under the boob, and
Yeah.
then they go up.
Yeah.
I've
But-
just seen girls have so many problems with
How many girls?
boob jobs. There was another girl. She
fight.
had to get them. She had to like get them realigned, and she was like sick for like a month
She
because
was sick?
yeah, because it, like the doctor fucked it up, and
No, what do you mean
Oh.
sick?
Like
What do you mean sick?
like she got like sick,
Like
literal
it
sick.
started spilling out?
No, like
I almost
I
started
don't know. She was like sick.
visceral reaction. Wait, how many boob job girls have you?
I think just those two.
You think just
I
those
think,
two?
Yeah.
How many partners do you think you've been with in your life?
Partners? That's such a nice way of saying it.
How many sluts have you banged?
I don't know.
I never asked him that. I don't want to tell him my number.
I don't know. Yeah, we kind of just keep our numbers.
I have the
to
worst.
the
I have
side.
the my answer is the worst answer.
Really?
I don't remember. I have no
You
clue. I was a
don't
blackout.
remember
So I don't
them.
know.
Yeah.
Is that you might as well say a million.
That's so sexy.
It's so
Yeah. Men love
The only-
that.
I know. The men love that when they
Yeah.
go, oh God.
Like getting an infinity tattoo. I used to keep track. I had a notebook and I used to write down the girls' names, but then if it was like a one night stand, it would be like yellow ponytails. Like that would be all I would write down for
That's
it.
so scary. It looks like you're a murderer.
Yeah,
if they find
I know.
anything. They find that list. It's like so you cross a couple off.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
Right.
All I remember is the trophy I took, or two
Oh,
yellow ponytails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a lot, the address of a vacant lot.
Which is actually what they call a girl's vagina when she can't remember how many guys she fucked. I really something happened where I don't know if this is a sign of like growing up, but I used to think that it was like, yeah, you're one of the guys, everybody fucks everyone, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone started to go like, ew. You know?
At what age did they start
guys
saying
would just
ew?
start going like, ew.
Mm,
And you're like, yeah, we all do this. The double standard.
yeah.
But also then I do think about it. I'm like, I can't imagine, like, we're like, no, it's just healthy. You just want to go out and get laid. It's like, no, it's not that healthy.
Well, I also realized like at the time, the girls that you could have sex with pretty easily were, you were just so excited and you just thought this is the coolest fucking girl.
Yeah.
And then you had sex with her and then your friends had sex with her, whatever. And then you get older and you look back and you go like, oh, Linda's parents had just gotten divorced. Oh yeah. And her
Yeah.
father used to be at the bar we drank at sometimes. And you start to go like, oh, I was taking advantage of a tragedy.
Yeah, he was probably inside the vagina. You also were
yes.
drinking
He was
at
one of the
too.
guys.
Yeah, it's like I was an alcoholic. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like I was like, yay, these positive sexual, I was like having a problem
Yeah.
and it was taken advantage of. But we just
Well,
kind of partied together.
my buddy growing up, and we had a couple of devil's three ways. What do you call it? The devil's triangle or the Kavanaugh three way? So we used to have devil's three ways. We did it twice. And then I realized like I got older and I found out he's gay. And I was like, wow.
you had those pretty eyes.
I didn't even
Those
notice.
baby blues, greens. Which one are they?
Greens.
Green, those baby greens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You think about it because it's a little gay to pull your dicks out together. But you guys jerk off on cookies. You like that? Todd, have you ever tag teamed a girl?
No way.
Why?
It's just I hear horror stories like that. That's kind of like a horror story
Yeah.
where you just
Happy National Coming
were
Out
the
Day.
subject.
Yeah. Oh
It
yeah.
wasn't the girl.
But that's
And-
it's like, oh my God, it was me the whole time.
And I feel like there's like a competition thing. Was there ever like a competition aspect to it where like,
Not at all.
oh really?
No, it was always just like
you both chose your cock first.
no, I think we were both we were both, doing things at the same time. So we were both happy. Yeah.
Oh my
But,
God.
I never did the 2 girls and 1 guy thing. I got a little bit. There was a girl that I had slept with in college a few times, and she lived in DC. And I was driving up the coast from Florida to New York, and I stopped. This is a couple years out of college, and I stopped at her apartment, and I stayed with her in DC. Huh? What's that?
Took the scenic route.
Took the scenic route.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to bed with her, and then her roommate. She and her roommate shared a bed. And so I slept in the bed with them, and I fooled around with Liz, and then and Liz went to sleep, and then I fooled around with her roommate.
Oh, but they didn't know?
But I thought that Liz was going to wake up and be a part of it, but she never woke up. So it was God. It was like a 2.5. It wasn't a 3, it was a 2.5 way. And then the next morning she's like, "Did you have sex with my roommate last night?" I was like, "Yeah, you fell asleep."
It was like a duplex. You I'll enjoy this side of the bed and this side of the bed. I had a friend, my friend, when I was in high school, we were both juvenile delinquents, but she was like badder than me. So she went to like the double bad kid school. Mine was like, you get kicked out of one school and then go to school. If you get kicked out of that school, you go to her school.
Yeah.
She was like all my friends were bipolar. It was all of them were on lithium. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, that explains why they were punching me in the head a lot. I was always like, I'm a Quaker. Why is everyone fighting me? But
you were attracted to people like that. That's the people you wanted to be friends with.
It seemed like, I guess, yeah, it was like exciting, I guess, when your friends are like, I never was getting in fights, but everyone else was like fighting all the time.
Yeah.
So, and it felt weird because I was brought up Quaker, which is pacifist. Yeah. But I think they were just the ones that were like around. More fun. Or whatever. Like everyone else was like doing their homework. I was like, I'm not doing my fucking homework.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We like hung out at the pool and so I don't know where I ended up hanging out with all these people. But they were like the hot slut girls. I don't know. We were like just like baby sluts walking around with like backless shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you with my kids, like I got a daughter and I know if there's a boy in the house, I can tell you within a square foot where he is in the house.
Yeah. You want to have an eye on where he is.
And the door is open. Yes. And yeah.
My brother got in trouble once because my parents just were like, whatever, like liberal, do what you want. Like, but we'll just be like those parents, the cool parents. And no one had a teen pregnancy, thank God. But this girl that my brother was dating in high school, her dad came up to pick her up. And my mom's like, oh, they're upstairs. And he's like, they're upstairs. I was like, yeah, they're upstairs. And he goes, where? And her dad just charged up, like busted them and just grabbed her. And we just never saw her again.
Were they having sex? When
definitely having sex. But I don't think he caught them having sex, but just the act of knowing, the fact that he knew that it was locked.
Yeah.
It was just, I would be pissed too. I'm like, you're just fucking knocking my daughter up, you fucking bitch.
Wow.
My mom was like so surprised. She couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, everyone doesn't let their kids do that? It's like, you gotta show your hand.
There was a girl that I used to date named Lisa Cosmos. I might see her in Chicago this weekend.
Uh-oh.
And she's helping my son get an internship right now.
I bet she is.
I bet she is. She
fucking is.
You're the one that wants my son.
Doing all the favors. I know your son's so cute.
Yeah.
Well, Todd's not much older than him.
I know.
I found my young buck.
How old are you?
I am 28.
Jesus, you aren't much.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we're gonna get married. We have embryos together. Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Actually, the most disgusting thing you've ever heard in your life. You really think about it.
Taking your innards out and sticking them in a freezer somewhere.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And creating it.
I wonder if Jeffrey Dahmer would break into a freezer where all the embryos.
He literally actually cooks up the eggs. Yeah. He's like, this is delicious. It's so gross. It's cute though. It's like we have 4 little boy embryo bros, we call them.
They all have caps on backwards.
They fucking are ready to date rape.
They're in a fraternity already.
Ready. They're ready to Eiffel Tower over some bitches.
So let me tell the Lisa Cosmos story while you research your eggs. So I'm at her apartment. She lived in kind of the projects. And so I'm in there and I took her virginity. And then
so the way you said it with just like such a straight, cocky face.
I took it. And Isn't it funny that you can take somebody's virginity and give them an orgasm at the same time?
I've never heard of that
Give and
happening.
take. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if anybody's ever had an orgasm on their first time.
I can't
In
even
the
imagine.
movies, they always do.
And the girl's like, oh, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, it actually feels. It's like, no. You're in a puddle of blood. It's a nightmare.
So I'm having sex with her, and her mother comes home, and her mom was super hot too. That's the thing about Lisa, is her mom was beautiful.
Yeah.
And her mom came home, and it was literally that situation where I opened the window, and from the second story, I jumped out the window and I twisted my ankle, and I was on crutches for like 3 weeks.
But it was worth it, right?
Of course, it was worth it. Lisa was beautiful.
Oh,
probably still is. I don't know. We'll see in Chicago.
We'll see, Lisa. Get that internship going.
Have you thought about getting breast implants?
Breast implants? Breast implants? Breast implants?
I love pumpkin picking. I love them. Ooh, pumpkin. Turkey. Yay. The queen of the world. I'm the queen of the world. All right, I got this. Woo, yay. I like that one that's kind of hanging over the next to the book. Yay. Oh, it's perfect. I love it. Yay. I love these. Oh, hi, sir. Is this real? It can't be that big. It's gotta be fake, right? Thank you. I love hot dogs. Too hot out here. Oh. Oh. Splish splash, come to the pumpkin patch. All that water made me have to pee. Ooh, handicapped. I do need extra room. I love porta potties. Oh. I must have peed my boobs off. You guys, listen, it is Thanksgiving, and what is a better gift to give and to show thanks to your partner than to get them a razor to shave their sacks? Because I'm going to tell you something. Do you know what I like with my turkey? Shaved balls. You know what I like with my gravy? No pubes. Oh. And there's so many stuff Manscaped has, so much stuff Manscaped has. They have so many things. The packages are filled with so many products. Todd uses all their stuff. He's actually wearing the boxers. Well, maybe he's not wearing them today. But
I am.
You guys, the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 has got it all. It's got the Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and weed whacker for nose and ear hair trimmer feature, advanced skin safe technology to protect your delicate parts in your holes.
Both are waterproof, so you can shave in the shower even.
Todd, here's the thing with this. Todd thinks he's doing a good job. That's the funny part. The funniest part is Todd is like, thinks he's nailing this, and I can see it in his eyes. We both use Manscaped. In fact, I would like to use Manscaped on Todd right now. Get up, Todd. I want to shave the hair that's on your little pee hole.
Oh, my pee hole? I got
Todd has hair on his pee hole. Yes, he does. Tell everyone. Todd has a special weird thing with hair on his pee hole. There we go. Get it all off. Get it all off. Get it all off. That's right. Put a little A in there.
Oh.
How do you feel?
Thank you. I feel lighter.
feel
and I feel
bald and
great.
bold?
Bald.
Bald and bold and ready to go?
Bald and bold, like Benjamin Franklin.
That's how we do it in our family, okay? We use Manscaped. And you can too. This is the gift you want to get for your loved ones. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts with their Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Todd?
I love those boxers. Take a look at the Shears 2.0, a luxury nail grooming kit. This kit includes stainless steel nail cutters, tweezers, and grooming scissors.
No more scratching me in bed, Todd.
Uh-huh.
Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Annie. How cute is that? Annie is the code. My little heart is pitter-pattering. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code Annie. Manscaped, clear out the leaves. It's your tree trunk's time to shine.
Yo, what's good, Navi?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Nothing. Could I get a pack of Marlboro Menthols, please?
Okay, buddy, but I have something really good. This is tobacco pipe. It's really good tobacco pipe.
What the fork, Navi? That's a crack pipe, you piece of shit.
No, buddy, it's tobacco pipe.
That's a goddamn crack pipe. Just give me a pack of smokes, goddammit.
Okay, buddy, take it easy, buddy, take it easy. Okay, buddy, $9.95. That's what we need.
Now, I like the sound of that. Let me just get out my wallet here. Yo, what the fuck? Who stole my fucking money? Dude, I don't do sports. I do drugs. Yo, can I bum a smoke from you, yo?
Sure, but you gotta giggle first.
What the fuck? Why?
Giggle!
Fine. Hee.
No, do it better.
That was good, yo.
Do it better!
Fine. Cotton, you fark! Oh, shit. Where's my fucking money, you fark? I'll get it back to you once I get paid for my job. You don't have a fucking job, you fucking idiot. Yes, I do. I'm a drug dealer. You know this. You're not a fucking drug dealer. I am a drug dealer, you fucking asshole.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Nothing. Hey, do you want to give me a bogey, please?
Sure, but you gotta drink this first. All of it.
What the fuck? Why? I'll do it, yo. No, fuck you. Give me the fucking thing. I'll do it. Fucking making me drink this shit. I could drink that way faster. All right, can I have that bogey now, please? Yo, let's smoke it out of this tobacco pipe I bought today. God damn it, Navi got me again.
Now, I've been thinking about, because we're talking about this, like, you know, sexual exploits and stuff. I am at this weird phase of my life where I'm like, I want to accept everything I've been, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is who I was coming from I see it differently, but it is like, things that seemed cool they're not as cool.
Like the 15-year-old having sex with a 19-year-old?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't know, it was just very, I don't know, it was a sexual childhood.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but it is weird to look back at memories as an adult. When I took swim classes at the YMCA when I was probably about 6.
Yeah.
And we used to go into the pool and we'd swim and then we'd come out and we'd all have to take a shower,
Yeah.
you know, without our bathing suits
Yeah.
on. And so we're taking a shower, and then the guy who was a swim instructor, I'm not going to say his name, I should say his fucking name. And he came in, and he used to hang out, and he picked up this one kid because the girls swam after us.
Okay.
And he picked this boy up, and he said, I'm going to take you out to the pool where the girls are. And the kid was screaming. And all I remember is he picked the boy up, and he had his fingers on his ass cheeks.
Oh.
And he was holding him up. And at
that
the
is
time,
an image.
But at the time, you're just going, Charlie's getting picked up by...
And now as a grown-up, you're like,
now,
No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't do that. That's so bad.
No, but now you go like, oh, that was wrong.
Yeah. You're like, that was the funniest thing ever. And they're like, no, wait.
Yeah.
It's just all of it.
Right.
But I'm like, no, it's fine. You know, all of those things I like thought like guys that went to prison were cool. It was just the things I thought were cool when I was young are insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And then I want to not be like, I don't want to like lie about who I was, but then it's great. You know, it annoys me when guys who watch my stuff are like, oh, these fucking sluts or whatever. And I'm like, I was just like a kid that was going through some shit and you guys were all trying to fuck me. So
yeah,
you guys were the ones pulling my underwear off. I was like, all right, fine. But it's not like I was like, I need all your cocks. You know, I was just like, no one taught me how to have boundaries.
Yeah, but I think it's powerful when women can own their past and they can, you know, dress the way you do. Like I kid around that you're like a slut, but you're not a slut, but you look like a slut. And like, that's kind of powerful. You can use that. You're using it.
Cute. I don't know. I think it's cute to dress like, I've always dressed like a slut.
Yeah.
I went through one like, rock climbing phase where I dressed like a full-blown lesbian, just like a butch lesbian. My next door neighbor, who I'm still friends with, always makes fun of that. He's like, remember when you were just wearing hiking boots all the time?
Uh-huh.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But besides that, I was just baby slut for life.
Yeah.
I like to dress like a scooch molested.
A what?
I don't know. There's a scooch molested.
Yeah.
You go, someone
just
diddled
a hint
Somebody
of fondling.
diddled that girl.
Yeah. I think that would be a really cool animated show. Like did you ever see Big Mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Like Big Mouth, but the center of the show was a group of like
pussy.
3 or 4 kind of slutty, slut adjacent girls who were not really sluts, but they dressed that way.
Yeah, that is the thing. I was like, my friends were whores. Like I was like, I was friends with like the bad, crazy, bipolar sluts.
Yeah.
And I just kind of found my way there. Like I never really like, I was always like, how am I here?
Right.
And, but my parents kept dropping me off. I was like, I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
And, so I always was like, they always seemed so crazy to me. And I just was like this along for the ride, but I never felt like the ringleader of it or like, you know, my friend would always be like banging these guys and I would be like in trouble with their friends. Cause I'd be like, I don't want to have sex. I don't know you. And they'd be like, your friend's a cock tease. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know you. I didn't know I was supposed to like, you know, and she'd be like, just fuck him, Annie. And I'm like, no, I don't want to fuck him. I don't know him. It was like some guy from my swim team. I'm like, I don't want to fuck the guy from my swim team.
God.
And then, I remember years after, it was this one guy from my swim team was so mad at me because I would like get in these situations where I was like making out with these guys. And then I'm like, I'm 14. Like, I don't want to fuck you. This is like weird and scary. And then they would be so mad at me. And then there would be like, you know, all my friends' boyfriends would be mad at like, we're not bringing you around anymore. Like you're fucking cock tease. And then I'm like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to fuck up. And then like, you know, you grow up and they're like, you were a slut. I'm like, I think I was like less of a slut than every other slut. I don't know. I remember getting yelled at a lot for not fucking people.
Right.
And then years later, my older brother wasted, like is pounding my door. He's like, Annie, let me make up a name. Billy O'Connell raped you, right? And I was like, what? I was like, no, Tim, he got mad at me. This is a kid from the swim team. I was like, no, he got mad at me because I wouldn't fuck him once. And he goes, oh shit. And like what? He's like, I saw him at a bar and I yelled at him that he raped you. And I was like, damn it.
This is your twin?
My older brother.
Oh, it's your older brother.
It was so nice of him to like protect me, you know, because,
my
you know,
God.
it's
You
like,
guys got to communicate
we
better.
never went to like the same school or anything. My brothers like didn't really protect, but they didn't really have an opportunity. As a grown up looking back, I was very like offended that my brothers never defended me or like fought for me, but we just went to different schools.
Yeah.
And then one time my brother had this moment, he completely botched it and got it wrong.
Oh my God.
And made me look like some crazy person that like said this guy raped me.
Well, I would say there was some restraint there because if somebody raped my sister, it would have been more than words.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, if anything, he was kind of being a pussy.
Let's call him Timmy, you fucking puss.
How old's Timmy? How much older
42.
than you?
He's 3 years older.
Okay.
We'll bleep out the name.
What does he do for a living?
He's in sales, medical sales.
Ooh, that's good money.
Yeah, he's doing great. Ah,
Is he the kind of guy that is in the operating room when they put in the stuff?
you know what happened? He he used to hate hospitals. My mom didn't like hospitals. My dad had a lot of heart problems. So I was always the one that would hang out with my dad. My dad and I are like, we're the pals, you know, we're the team fun of the family.
Yeah.
And so I would go with my dad to the hospital when he was doing all his hard things. And we would always just like fuck around and, you know, we just always had the best time together. So it would just be fun there. And we would always try to make it sound like it was flatline. And we'd be like, beep, and see if we could get the nurses to come in. Like we always were just fucking with them. We had like inside jokes about everything. And my brother was just, both my brothers and my mom just didn't want to like face it. You know, they didn't want to deal with it. And then my dad had to get open heart surgery and we had to go because it was such a big deal. Everyone had to go. And, you know, he had a triple bypass and they put like a cow valve in and they used the heart and lung machine. They took his heart out of his body. And it was, you know, it's like amazing what they can do. And when my brother saw what they could do, he just decided he wanted to go into medical sales because he wanted to like, he wasn't going to go to medical school, but he wanted to do something that was kind of helping this miracle that we saw. And then now he's in hospitals all the time. So it's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how much do you think he makes a year?
Not as much as me. Not as much as me. No, I think he might make, if I'm guessing, probably maybe 250.
Nice.
But I'm completely guessing.
Nice
From
house?
just the way he acts, I think he makes about 250.
Yeah.
And his wife is in medical like administration at the children's hospital.
Oh, nice.
So I think together they're doing great.
They're killing it. Where do they live?
They live in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
That's where I lived when I was little.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they live. I wish I could say the name of the street because it's kind of an honor.
Mhm.
It kind of sounds like my name. But yeah, they live in a nice house. Their boys are spoiled and have
Cherry Hill, New Jersey is like a picture of a perfect
Beautiful.
place to grow up.
Beautiful. Yeah, they were living in Philadelphia, like right in the heart of the city on South Street for a while. And they had this tiny house, but you know it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like it was his brother lives in one
Like
now.
built
It's like,
in 1820.
it's like a skinny house.
Yeah.
It's like, whoop.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful. But they finally like made the leap and moved to Jersey. And it's so nice. They have a nice backyard and stuff. You know, they could always make more money.
And then they'll be like you. I lived in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We lived in the Bronx until I was about 6. And then I lived in Cherry Hill for 2 years from when I was like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
And so I had a neighbor who was my best friend. And he had jet white blonde hair. So we palled around together for 2 years. And then like, you know, never saw him again. And then I go off to college. It's my freshman year at BU. And I get to my dorm. And the dorm room next to mine says Chris Greenleaf on it.
Can't
I
be.
knock on the door opens, kid with fucking jet white long surfer hair. I go,
Crazy.
Chris Greenleaf? He goes, yeah. I go, Cherry Hill, New Jersey? He goes, yeah. I go, Greg Fitzsimmons. He goes, get the fuck out of here.
Cool.
And so we did Crank that night.
Oh, I love that. What is Crank?
It's like speed, it's like you snort speed. And we stayed up all night and we just partied like lunatics for the whole year. And then he
died.
I shouldn't know. He got kicked out of school.
Oh.
And anyway, so then I didn't see him again.
Yeah.
And then cut to 10 years later, I'm in at the Comedy Central offices in LA for a meeting, and I walk in and I see a name on a door, Chris Greenleaf. I open the door. He's fucking sitting there with jet white hair.
How much do you think he makes a year?
255.
255. It's a little more than
Timmy. A little more than your brother.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane when that happens, when you just like run into people randomly. I remember once I was in Santa Fe and I was just sitting at a restaurant and I like looked over, I go, is your name Norma? And she goes, yeah. I go, you were my principal in elementary school. And she was like, oh my God. It's like, you just see people everywhere. It's like insane. I used to see, when I first moved to New York, when I first started comedy, the thing that made me I always like wanted to do it. I wasn't a huge comedy fan, but I always liked making people laugh and disrupting. But then I saw John Mulaney's, it was like his premium blend or something. And I just was like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
There was just like this random, I'd seen other things too. There was like this Howard Kramer bit I saw on Jimmy Kimmel back in the day when they used to do stand-up on there.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. There were just like these little things that stuck with me that were like, when I was first realizing comedy was like kind of a thing you could do. And so John Mulaney was like, I don't know, he was probably like 18 or something in this thing. And so I moved to New York to do comedy, and I would just see him like at the gym. Like I would go to the gym and he'd be at my gym. And I was like doing open mics. I
So
wasn't,
you didn't know each other.
I wasn't in any level near him and I would like be at the gym and he'd be like running next to me. It's so fucking weird. And then I would go like, I'd be in a bus like all the way uptown and he'd be on the bus.
Uh-huh.
And then it looked like I was like stalking this person.
Yeah.
I never said anything to him and now he's a baby with my girl, Olivia. But it was so weird. It just made me feel like I was supposed to be doing comedy, that I kept seeing him everywhere. But
Have
it
you
was weird.
Told him this yet?
No. But
Are you friends with him? Like, do you say hello?
I had never talked to him. I mean, I say hello when I see him, but I
Yeah.
never have like hung out with him or anything.
Right.
But yeah, I'll tell him.
He's pretty good.
No, he's
Mulaney's
great.
pretty fucking good.
It's kind of annoying that he was that good.
He
immediately.
opened for me in Philly in Helium. I hadn't asked for him. Like he was booked and I met him. And I saw this first show that he did and I was like, and he was like you said, I think he was like 18 years old. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, look at this kid. And so then during the day, I just remember like I was taking a walk in Philly like on a Friday afternoon and I walked by this brownstone and he's sitting on the steps of the brownstone and he's reading Nabokov. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking
Jesus
perfect.
Christ.
He didn't know I was going to walk by. He's just randomly sitting there reading Nabokov.
I don't know why I always assume people know you're going to walk by when they're reading like a tattered fucking.
Right.
You know, there's the people like, are you reading? Seriously reading that?
And it looks like they've already read it
I'm
3
like,
times.
come
It's
on,
all
it's
dog-eared.
underlined.
Yeah,
It's
right.
you. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm sorry. Were you not molested?
But it's so funny because
Did someone teach you to read? That's annoying. Fucking privileged.
Oh, do you have a parent that cared? Do you have a
Oh,
parent
yeah.
that sat
Wow.
with
They weren't like, go hang out with the people with the fucking pussies out.
you? Yeah.
They weren't like, oh, those girls who we can see their pussies through their skirt. Go hang out with them.
The camels, the herd of camels, they call them.
Oh my God.
But he's like, it's so interesting when you see that he had a cocaine problem and a drinking
You're
problem.
such a
And
treat.
yeah,
Thank God.
yeah.
Oh, so you don't have to hate him.
Yeah, well, it's just interesting because like that's the thing about Irish people is we present really nicely.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole Kennedy thing. And then you find out that JFK really had like prostitutes being brought in by the mafia.
By the way, did you see Blonde, the Marilyn Monroe thing where he's
Is
just
it worth seeing?
He's raping her.
Raping
there's
Marilyn
a
Monroe?
Scene, yeah, and there's a scene where she's just blowing him.
Really?
And then she puts herself on it. It becomes her on camera. So she just would become Marilyn, the character.
Yeah.
While she was in these like really crazy, she was raped the whole movie. And then they showed her abortion from the babies.
Oh my God.
It was like, you're the
No.
baby.
Are you serious?
They split open her pussy and you're like the baby, I guess.
No.
And then, so apparently, and this is all off of, it was Joyce Carol Oates wrote a book or story about, she just read like one article. She just made it all up.
Yeah.
And they made this movie. So none of it's confirmed, but it's fucked up. And then, so they keep having her babies that she aborts, like talking to her, like, we're going to be good now, mama. You know, and she's like, yes, baby.
No way.
I swear. And then and they're like, you know, it's in the amniotic fluid. And then Kennedy gets her knocked up and it's all shriveled up and it's like a crack baby. I mean, it was like, you're like, what is going on? And then back to the abortion, like back on the table.
Wow.
But
it's a good movie.
It was kind of amazing. Yeah. It's so controversial, so crazy, but really cool. I never got to be an aborted baby before. Pretty exciting.
I hear she's naked a lot in the movie.
Is she naked a lot?
The actress.
Yeah.
Anna de Armas, is that her name?
Stop pretending you haven't looked up the.
No, I saw her in an interview saying I'm so upset that like the only thing people are going to see of this movie is going to be like the sex scenes on the porn site.
We're gonna see when you fucking get your pussy medically split open and the baby pulled out.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. It's kind of awesome though. But we were saying it's like it kind of is like the most right wing. It was so like made you like be like, abortion is really the worst thing. I didn't realize how horrible it was until I was aborted myself in this movie as the audience.
And making Kennedy look bad, a good Democrat, or our last good Democrat.
Made him look
No, that's
real
not true.
bad.
There's plenty of good Democrats.
Oh my God, he's scared. He's scared they're going to come for him.
No, I just really loved Obama. I thought he was fantastic.
Wasn't it so weird when he just was gone?
I know.
I was like, where are you? He was wearing a backwards hat. I was like, why are you wearing a backwards hat? Where are you? He was on a boat. I'm like,
yeah, why are you on Martha's Vineyard?
Skateboarding?
Yeah.
Get the fuck back here. What are you doing?
Right,
Help us.
Right. Now all of a sudden his daughter is like going out on dates.
You're weird.
Yeah.
That's a weird pivot.
But they were little tiny babies in the White House, and now they're
It is
grown
weird.
up.
Like
Yeah.
now they're fucking so fuckable.
Oh,
Oh God, Malia. Malia. Now she's Malia.
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 I'm not going down this road.
No, you already did. It's too late. Listen, you can catch Greg on the road or standing outside of Malia's dorm room.
Oh my God.
Mm-mm. No.
Did you read her biography, Michelle Obama's?
Just end it right here. Did you read?
Oh, you're not a reader.
It's not for me.
What about audiobooks?
I listen, yeah. I like to have them read to me. I feel like a queen.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, read them to me. It's so good. Well, I talked about this on my last or my first episode of this. My mom wrote a book over the pandemic, and she does
She
this.
did?
Yes, and she made up all the characters. Everything's completely
It's
like
a novel?
yeah, it's like a historical novel. So she did all this research and stuff.
shit.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And then she got all of her friends throughout her life, like from college and growing up and stuff. They all meet up once a week, and she reads a chapter, and they all like discuss different plot lines and stuff, and if the history is right. So I went on the other day, and it's my mom just reading me a story she wrote. I was just crying the whole time. It was like so amazing. It was so
Oh my
beautiful. It
God.
was so cool. Just an audiobook of my mom into my own ear. I made her record them so I can listen to them again.
What's the historical subject?
It's like a girl, like a 13-year-old girl who grows up right when girls start working at the mill. And so she gets a job as like a mill girl.
It's like an American Doll comes to life.
Yeah. That's kind of made it smaller than it is. Yeah, just some shitty fucking piece of shit doll that they're so scary now. They went from like historical dolls to now it's just make it look like you dolls.
Yeah.
It's really,
Yeah.
it's the sign of the times.
It shows the narcissism of
It's
Jen,
true.
whatever there's Jen is. Yeah.
Because it was like pretty cool. I remember we had one of my most traumatizing memories from childhood was I went to this Quaker school, Green Street Friends School in Philadelphia in Germantown. And we would have like assemblies in the meeting house where we'd go to like our Quaker church. And we had the author of Addie, who is the Black Doll, come give like a presentation about being an author and the book and everything. And I loved my cousins. They lived in Arizona, and they sent me this Phoenix Suns hat, and I would like wear it. And, you know, I wanted to be like my brothers because my mom's kind of like a tomboy. So I was trying to get my mom's attention, and I would like wear the hat all the time. I thought it looked so cool. I put my hair like in a little ponytail in the back. And so they're like, do you have any questions for her? And of course, I've never not stood up and spoken in front of a group full of people if I have the option. So I'm like, I raise my hand, and she goes, yes, young man, like in front of the whole school. And then I just ended up like, was it hard writing about a time period you weren't alive in? You know, trying not to be so humiliated. And then later, instead of correcting her in the moment, later when she was like out talking to people after this assembly had broke, I just went by her and whipped my hat around. I took my hat off and whipped my hair around like, see what.
Yeah. And she just assumed you're transitioning.
She's like, look at the trans kid. I talked to this on Tim Dillon's podcast. I think I would have, and I don't, if this is controversial, it shouldn't be because this is the truth. I think I would have transitioned as a kid if it was like a popular thing because I was so into trying to impress my mom. And my mom was so into trying to impress guys and being with guys.
Yeah.
My mom was like a pick me mom, pick me girl, you know, like, do you know the term pick me girl?
No.
You know, it's like the girl that's like, yeah, like, I'm not like those other girls. I'm the cool girl. Like, you know. And so my mom just was like this. She was adopted and she, I don't know, she just always was like trying to be cool with guys. So she was always playing in the boys' sports and stuff. And,
yeah.
And so I did that to impress her, and I would have been trans.
You would have looked like such a gay boy.
I have a twin brother.
Yeah.
I have a twin brother. It would have been, we would have been two. And I always said she raised me as her third son. She really did.
Yeah.
She was very like rejecting I have no mommy or daddy issues anymore. I completely see them as full grown-ups and full people and can understand the choices that they made and stuff and forgive them for everything. But she did really, like, she just was rejecting a femininity for whatever reason on her own. So if I was playing with dolls and stuff, I would literally have to, when she would walk in, I would make them like fuck or fight each other, like do masculine things. Cause I was like, I didn't want them to be like kissing and being girly or getting married or something. Cause she would be like, what are you doing? What is that? She just wasn't into girly things. And, so I would have.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. And I joined the boys baseball team and she traded me. This was like she traded me to another team. I just joined to be on her fucking team. And she was like, oh.
She traded you. Oh my God.
Fucking bitch. You couldn't even trade.
Therapist would have a fucking field day with that.
That's why I had to stop going to therapy because they kept making me so mad at my parents. I was like, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah.
I forget them. I do want to address the fupa because I was supposed to put this pillow in front.
Yeah.
But we're doing a fit and rich and ripped challenge.
What's
so
that?
I want everyone to know I do know I have the fupa and it is on its way out. We're just getting ripped and rich. We're just seeing if our audience wants to do it with us.
Ripped and rich.
Yeah, just get ripped and rich with us.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have the fupa out for you guys to see. Is it going away?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's going away. What are you going to do to get rid of it?
Workout, exercise. We're already doing, we're intermittent fasting. So we're only eating from 12 to 6.
12.
12 p.m. to 8.
Okay.
It's not bad. Why? What time do you eat?
Now, usually it's like an 11 to 7, but I guess with the comedian hours, you shift it a little bit later.
You just shift it a little later because come 8 o'clock, we're pretty upset that we have to stop eating.
Do you wake up hungry though? Or you just, I hear that for the first few days, it's kind of hard in the morning and then you just kind of get used to not eating until.
The morning is more, it's fun to eat. So I want the fun of eating.
Yeah.
At night, I'll be like, I am fucking starving.
Mm.
But it's good to go to bed hungry and not wake up with GERD.
Yeah.
Flirting.
The working out is nice for shaping, but really the weight loss is
It's
all
all
about
food.
diet.
And the thing is, I feel like, because Todd's young and he's a guy, so he can just eat like shit, but only in that window and lose weight. I have to actually like not have, I can't have any sugar.
Yep.
No carbs, no sugar, and I'll be good. But
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't quite made that.
Isn't that funny how losing weight is actually so simple?
It's just
And
all
yet so
habits.
hard.
It's all just breaking bad habits.
But I mean, it's just like,
It's
you
the
just think
simplest.
about how out of control we are of our actions. Like, you know that you want to have whatever kind of belly or body or whatever that you want to have. And you know that to get that, don't eat that, do this exercise. Even cut out the exercise. Just don't eat that.
Walk.
And you
I
just
could
can't
literally
do
walk
it.
for a half hour
Right,
a day and
that's
it would
it.
do it.
That's it.
It's so easy. But then it's like in that moment, you're like, oh, I really want that. Like we get key lime pie at Blue, what is it called? Blue Oyster Plate. Did you ever go there?
No.
Blue Plate Oyster or Blue Oyster Plate? It's good. Shout out.
Yeah.
It's so good. And they have this really good key lime pie.
I love key lime pie.
It's the best.
My daughter makes it from scratch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. You taught her well. You're like, I love key lime pie. That's her just trying to get daddy's love.
Well, no, she fell in love with the Great British Bake Off. So I got her a cookbook from the Great British Bake Off, and she makes stuff from it all the time.
It's actually so funny to get someone a cookbook. Like, get to work, bitch.
Yeah. Right.
Daddy's
Here's your
hungry.
apron. Yeah.
You get to fucking work.
Right.
Yeah, if someone got me a cookbook, it would be like, what?
Yeah.
Todd's mom is, a beautiful Asian mother who just cooks. That's her thing. And she keeps trying to teach me how to cook. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain to you that your son should be learning this. I will never be the one cooking.
Sure.
It's never going to be me. And she can't believe that Todd is like who he is. Because
what is she, Filipino?
She is Laotian.
I was going to say Laotian if it wasn't Filipino. Yeah.
Isn't Laotian a fun one to know how to say?
Yes.
Really impressive.
You want to know something really impressive? Is for years, but for a while, I used to play a game called Guess the Asian on stage. And I would have Asian women in the crowd stand up and I'd go out into the crowd and I would guess their ethnicity with alarming accuracy.
Oh, it's the best.
And I once...
It's also not that hard. You just have to not be racist and actually look.
You just have to look.
But I like how you're taking this full credit like it's like you're psychic or something.
Yeah. But the thing is, I never studied it. It's not like I went online and looked up traits. I know Asian people, and if they look like the person I know, then I know that they're that. And one night I went 3 for 3 with Chinese, Vietnamese, and all the people are like fucking going crazy.
Yeah.
And then I nail Laotian on the third one, and they lost. I almost had to say goodnight. I couldn't finish my set. So I did that bit on my last special.
Yeah.
It was a Comedy Central special, and I did guess
ago.
the Asian. I was like, they wouldn't let me do that today.
How long ago was it?
Way. 6 years ago.
You got to do another one. Are you going to do another one soon?
I just recorded the hour right before the pandemic started. Like I put it on tape, and then the pandemic happened. So now I'm so fucking sick of that hour that I'm just gonna put out the tape that I made of me making the hour, which is on 2 cameras. I'm just gonna put that out.
Yeah, you're gonna put it on YouTube.
Put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
and then I'm friends with the guy at Sirius who does the.
Oh, great! Yeah, and then you make.
So he's gonna put it on Sirius XM for me.
Yeah, I feel like I want to write. I see a world where I'm a very prolific writer.
Yeah.
And comedian.
Sure.
I haven't reached it yet, but I see a world where I am.
You see it.
Because I'm able to like riff and come up with jokes all day long. It's like just to put them into stage jokes. It's just there's something missing. And I think I just have to burn my material and just put it out somewhere. I think that's just what I need.
Do you write it down?
What, my material?
Yeah.
I write little notes here and there.
But you don't have like a master file with all your jokes in it.
No.
Yeah, then you should probably put out specials regularly because then you're just going to forget about bits that are good and you just leave them behind.
I just pulled one back. I'm so happy about it. I can't believe it.
No, you got to make a spreadsheet. You got to start putting your bets in the spreads because then when you're ready to do your next hour, you'll have it and you can.
I've never done the same set in the same order. I will die. It's like not who I am. It's like a fish being on land. Like I would die if I had to do a specific order. I'd be dead.
Yeah. That is the worst part about doing a special. That's how you have to do that.
But everyone hates doing it, right? It's kind of like Whitney said something like, was saying something about AA or something. And I was like, I fucking hate AA. I'm never going to an AA meeting again. She goes, everyone hates going to AA. I was like, that's so funny. I thought I was the only one. But you idiots loved it. Some people love AA though.
Some people love it. Some people get addicted to it. I had a roommate that belonged to AA, NA, and Overeaters Anonymous. And he used to go to meetings. He'd go to like 2 or 3 meetings a day, every single day. He used to weigh all his food.
Oh my God.
Every piece of food that went in his body.
So eating disordery.
Yeah. But that's what OA tells you to do. I mean, I maybe not for everybody, but for him, he had to weigh his food. And I don't know. I quit drinking like 30 years ago, but I didn't go to meetings because I would go and I was in Boston. And the Boston AA meetings were like, and then I fucking blew this guy for a sandwich because I got fired and my wife tried to set me on fire. And I'm just sitting there going like, I don't know. I just felt a little bit out of control.
Yeah, no, I would do one of two things. I would go to AA meetings and I would feel either someone would go like, yeah, I just couldn't get my work done or whatever. And I'd be like, all right, you fucking pussy. You don't have a drinking problem. Like, you're fine. And then other people would be like, I went the wrong way down a one-way street and I killed a family. I'm like, you're sick. I don't have a problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was always kind of comparing myself to people.
Compare and despair, they say in the program.
But then they do. It's all everyone's doing.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. I just didn't like it. I was like, it's so.
What's hard is that the longer somebody's sober, the tighter their stories get when they qualify. They turn into like routines.
Yes. No, we have a family friend who, when we were like out to dinner with them, like, I don't really know him, like all I know about him is that he's sober. So I just was like, that's like what his business is now. But he just went into his stories and I'm like, I would try to jump in and he wouldn't let me tell my story.
Yeah.
He just wanted to tell his story and he was hitting his beats. He was hitting every beat. And I'm like, motherfucker, I've met you before. I heard these stories.
Yeah.
I can tell you the end of the story. I can tell you the punchline of every story. Also, I'm a storyteller for a living. Do you want to hear my story? I almost lost a nipple. Do you want to hear about my nipple? My missing nipple? Oh, you got both your nipples? Fuck you. It was just like so annoying. And I was like, oh. And
there's nothing vulnerable about it. Like, I used to go to Al-Anon meetings because my dad's an alcoholic, and I got a lot out of that because those people weren't trying to impress you with their journey. They were more trying to sort through feelings and commiserate and be vulnerable. The first meeting I ever went to, I fucking cried.
Yeah.
I just sat there like I had never heard families of alcoholics talk about alcoholism as a disease before, and I'd lived with it my whole life, and I just felt so welcomed, and I felt so understood, and it was so powerful. I went for years. It was great.
I kind of like that Al-Anon's kind of gossipy.
Yeah.
Because they're just talking shit on other people.
Exactly.
Like, these people got a problem. We're just the assholes that stuck around.
You should talk about that on stage. That's a funny premise.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's just professional gossiping.
But all of it's just, it's like bragging in AA. People are like, oh, remember the time I fucking fucked two, I can't say that shit. Oh, I fucked two little people.
Laotians?
Laotians, two Laotians. That's what we call little people now. Laotians.
You're a big Laotian though, aren't you? That sounded so condescending. Oh, yeah. You're a big
one. That's how I got I was like, who's the big girl? I'll just be drinking water and go, big sip, big girl from across the room. It's so funny. He's hilarious.
Yeah, no, all of my Laotian side is very short, small people.
Yeah.
But my dad is like English, white, Polish.
Okay.
So he's like, my grandfather was like really tall and big.
He stepped up your ancestor DNA a little bit.
I'm actually taller than my dad, though.
His dad's so awesome. His dad is like a rapper. He freestyle raps.
No.
Yes, he's like this like white roofer from Jersey that like we'll put some of his raps on my old solo podcast. We used to put his raps up.
That's amazing.
He's so funny. Wally MC. It's so good. I love Todd's family. They're the best.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they're like, my family was like, don't lie, don't do all these things. And I got just molested left and right and just was totally, don't act like this is the first you heard of it.
I didn't know it was left and right. I thought it was just left.
I didn't even know my left and right. Nobody taught me. But Todd's family Todd is like, knows how to have boundaries, set things straight. He knows the right time to lie. His family was like, you lie to everyone. Like you're number one. Like, it's like, I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
They're teaching me everything. They're Jersey street moves.
Yeah. Annie her family is book smart. Mine is more street smart.
Yeah. Jersey kind of overrides race. Yeah. Like the sense of that state informs your personality more than whatever your, DNA is. Yeah. It's a weird fucking state. I love it. I love doing shows in Jersey.
Oh, it's the best.
It's the best. People are so animated, and like you just have to show up knowing the audience is going to be as much a part of the show as you are. You don't, if you're a monologist, stay the fuck out of Jersey.
Well, I'm Philly, which is close to Jersey, so I am that. So I make every audience that.
Yeah.
Like last night at the store, did you see me? Like I had to get one guy kicked out because he wouldn't stop. I go, dude, you can do this with me. You cannot do it with other people.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. I was like, you're out. I've been trying to keep you here. You're done.
Yeah.
It's
did he go peacefully?
Into the night? Yes, he did. He kind of tumbled out of his chair. He kept saying he wasn't drunk. I'm like, if you're not drunk, this is the real problem. You have to be drunk. Because don't you kind of miss that that was like the greatest part about drinking was the excuse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have to just be like, that was me. Now I have to just be like, I think it was a full moon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a Cancer.
Right. All right. Well, listen, I could hang out all day.
I love Greg Fitzsimmons.
But I have to go to Chicago and see my son.
Oh, that's great. And your hot ex-girlfriend?
My hot ex-girlfriend. She's going to meet my wife.
Oh, your wife's coming. Good.
Yeah.
Glad.
Yeah, she's going to be
Getting
there.
nervous.
No.
Yeah. Well, this is Annie Slut Lederman. Greg, the good boy, Fitzsimmons, the good old boy.
I'll tell you what, though, you bring out the bad boy in me. I don't know what it is, Annie. You
bring out the good girl in me.
Oh, good. We should have a variety show like in the 70s.
Wasn't born. Couldn't tell you about those. Wasn't born then. No. Greg, you're the best. Go look at what's your website?
Fitzdog.com, and I don't know when this is coming out, but I'll be in Tampa and San Francisco and Fort Worth, Texas, and a bunch of places that are fun. You can get tickets there. Fitzdog Radio is my podcast that you've been on.
Yes, I'll be on it
several times. And then Sunday Papers, it comes out on Sundays with Mike Gibbons. And Childish is my other one with Allison Rosen.
Yeah. All people I love. You do it. You always work with good people. But Greg's the best. He's the funniest. Check him out. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Oh, you don't have your official sign off yet. We have to think of one.
Well, I want to call people because I realize I have a Daddy Warbucks complex, so I like to spoil everyone.
Yeah.
So I've been calling them my orphans.
Oh,
like
that's
Annie,
cute.
Orphans.
Orphans.
Later, orphans. See, it doesn't sound good as that, though. You guys, I don't know what's happening. This is going to be so good. I'm sorry I was a slut. This is all getting edited out.
You're slut shaming yourself.
Slut shaming myself. I'm not listening to your slut shaming comments. All right. Bye, guys.
This is AnnieWood. You know my life is going great. This is AnnieWood. I got the cake up on my plate. This is AnnieWood. Got Gucci Louis on my face. This is AnnieWood. Where we take banana breaks. This is AnnieWood. We give a fuck about the hate. This is AnnieWood. We tell them fuck them if they fake. This is AnnieWood. Got Gucci Louis on my face. This is AnnieWood. Where we take banana breaks. Hey, yeah, shout out to Esther. Got 25 lighters sitting on my dresser. Yeah, you know I keep the hood compressor. This is AnnieWood, get most, not the lesser.